Namaste and welcome to SonaliJoshi's Astrology Healing channel. In this video, we are going to see conjunction of Mars and Ketu in the sign of Libra. This conjunction is happening right now, and let us see how this conjunction can affect you depending on your ascendant or your moon sign. To those of you who are new to astrology, Libra is about marriage, partnerships, business partnerships. It is also about the choices that you make. That means Libra is a sign that has a lot of luxury. It is about balance. It is about equality. Libra is owned by planet Venus, and Libra denotes your ability about adjusting with other person. Maybe you are a trader, you are a businessman, you are good at sales and marketing, or you are a homeowner or a homemaker. But Libra will decide what kind of choices you make in dealing with your client, your business partner, or the person you are working with. And traditionally, Libra denotes the sign for marriage, alliances, partnerships. And when this Mars and Ketu, which are the co-rulers of natural 8th house or 8th sign Scorpio, come into the Libra sign, there is a lot of disturbance in most of the partnerships. Whether it is your business partnership, whether it is your marriage partnership, or it is the day-to-day dealing with your client or the other person you work with. You will notice a pattern about sudden surge of competitiveness and totally giving up. And it depends on your own horoscope, the placement of Mars as well as Venus and Ketu in your horoscope, and the aspects on these two planets. To those of you who already have the conjunction of Mars and Ketu in your horoscope, anywhere, they are in a way used to this energy. These people have a natural pattern about focused competitiveness, and the moment they realize they cannot get what they are looking for, they will withdraw. They will totally surrender, or they will change their track completely. Because Mars and Ketu, even though they are the rulers of the 8th house or 8th sign Scorpio, they behave opposite way. Mars is about your taking action, your courage, your ego. It is about moving forward, supporting someone. And Ketu is about basically separation. It is about dissipating the energy unequally. It is about scattering something. So Ketu scatters energies of Mars. That is what Mars and Ketu conjunction means. And you must be thinking, if this is the case, the person who has Mars and Ketu combination in horoscope, they may not be able to achieve anything in life. No, it's not like that. However, these people will definitely have phases of, you can call it a failure, low time, or their choice about getting withdrawal about certain things. And there are so many examples of people who have this conjunction and they are fairly successful in life. Dhirubhai Ambani, Shah Rukh Khan, Martin Luther King, and there are many more people with this conjunction of Mars and Ketu in their horoscope, maybe in different houses and different signs, but they are really successful. But all of these people, even if they are successful, they will have a pattern about a rise in success and suddenly a low time. And low time can also mean feeling low, feeling very depressed about the situation, losing complete hope in the other person, and depending on the placement of this conjunction, you will see those outputs. But Mars and Ketu also denote that somebody is ready to let go of their physical body, if it is in the sign of Aries, for the other person. Mars and Ketu will also denote these people are always ready to sacrifice for the cause or the focus they have in mind. Because Ketu is about surrendering, Ketu is about letting go. So these people will have those abilities, and you will usually find in a partnership, when they are not successful, the other person whom they were working with gets a lot of success. In a way, these people can have alternating cycles of together in a business. But one has to understand that both planets are bringing disruption. It is like eruption, it is like, a big blast. And why that is happening? It is happening because you are supposed to transform yourself. You are supposed to continuously change your behavior, change your attitude, and let go of your ego. And in Libra sign, you will notice when this combination happens in the first house, people are ready to do anything for their family. They will do anything to earn more money or name to the family. If this conjunction happens in the second house, then in the second house, people will try to use their communication skills, use their inheritance or any secret information they have to gain value, gain a lot of importance or access to the information that is coming from historical ages. It can be related to music, it can be related to history, it can be related to finances, it can also be related to the genetic makeup. If this combination of Mars and Ketu in the sign of Libra happens in the third house, if it happens in the third house, then people will try to use their education, their regular routines, their boundaries, shelters, or their mental comfort. They are ready to sacrifice these things or use this thing for the benefit of other person, maybe for a sibling, maybe their teammate, or maybe for your neighbor. You will try to sacrifice things, let go of certain competition so that the other person wins. You will always go through a cycle of some competitiveness, and if you lose, you will understand there is no point in competing, there is no point in using loopholes or shortcuts in order to win, and you will let it go and you will give the benefit to the other person. And whenever these people surrender, the other person will definitely achieve a lot and you will get a part of it for sure. If this conjunction happens in the fourth house is about your comfort, it is about your mental peace, it is about all the thoughts that are going on in your mind. When somebody steps into your home and the innermost part of your home where you can only have your closed ones, that is your fourth house. Fourth house also denotes the boundaries. It is about your mother, it is about your motherland. And when planets like Mars and Ketu go in that fourth house, which is about comfort and peace, they definitely disturb that mental peace. Fourth house also denotes your properties. So you will notice these people will go through so much competitiveness in earning some property, and at one point they are ready to write it down and give it away. And hence, if you are right now working on a court case or something that is related to property and you feel you are not getting things your way, it is a good idea to come to a compromise and work with the other person in a way that you will at least get something. Because Ketu's whole intention is to make you understand the importance of surrendering something. Ketu wants you to understand there is no point in competing for any materialistic thing to the end of your life. And usually when somebody has this conjunction in the 3rd house or 4th house, it becomes difficult because these people will continuously go through lot of thoughts. The thoughts can be limiting, thoughts can be depressing, or thoughts can be in a way that they imagine themselves to be somebody who is like a superhero and trying to save everybody else. Mars and Ketu combination is usually very good if you are in a profession or a environment that is very much risk prone, or it has lot of danger to the life, where security is of utmost importance, and having always success is a great dream, nearly very difficult to achieve. But in all these situations, Mars and Ketu conjunction person will be ahead of the curve, ahead of the everybody else to save others. And this is the beauty about this conjunction. Now in the 4th house, usually you will notice an effect that mother and child will always have different viewpoints towards anything, but both of them will be fiercely competitive. So child will try to mimic the behavior of mother without even realizing that, and mother can usually be seen into going through the same patterns of going after one thing for a while and then suddenly letting it go. If you find yourself into such situation, try to make sure that you always value yourself, and at the same time you value your partnership and the relation that you are working with. In the 4th house, it is always a good idea to donate some of the inherited property, donate something to the relative that is denoted in the horoscope by looking at nakshatra or the sign placement. Always remember, Ketu is about taking things away from you. That means if you learn to share, learn to give benefit to the other person, the Ketu conjunction will be definitely better for you. Now if Mars and Ketu in the sign of Libra happens to be in the 5th house, if this conjunction happens from the 5th house, then 5th house is about your creativity. It is about your ego or your position. And this is a difficult position where Mars and Ketu, both of them come. These are typically people who would try to be more aggressive, take the initial steps in beginning of any project, any work, or even your romantic relationship. But the moment they realize or they lose interest, they feel they are not being treated well or they are not getting the better share of the partnership, these guys will withdraw. You will also find the similar tendencies in males and females equally. A girl with this placement can also feel sudden detachment towards the kid, or the mother can also feel detachment towards the profession or any ego she had related to. She has the ability to suddenly let it go, and that can be troublesome in relationships. Always remember, Ketu, if the material things are not growing, then your relationships will be better, and if material things are really growing fast, then you will have to pay through your relationships, because this conjunction is about making you learn the importance of your relationships. It is in the sign of Libra. It is in the sign of comfort and luxury, where people get overly attached to things and they forget about liberation, they forget about staying detached from things. In my experience, conjunction of Mars and Ketu in the signs owned by Shukra or Venus, that is Taurus and Libra, is the most difficult one to handle, because relationships and material success or our family values or your lineage is the most important thing for most of the people. Now let us see how this conjunction will work if it is in the 6th house. I am using my Jagannath Hora software here to change the ascendant so that I can tell you more about the placement and what you can expect. So if you have Taurus Ascendant, the Libra sign is into the 6th house. That means Mars and Ketu combination in the 6th house will make you understand the importance of competition, debt, diseases and enemies. This is the portfolio of 6th house. It is also the portfolio of hard work. So these people will always find to have a routine to be difficult. Following a routine becomes very difficult when this conjunction comes into the 6th house. They can do this thing very well only if Venus has aspect of Saturn. So that means there is somebody who is making them understand that you have to show up, you have to do certain things in a particular way and at this time. Usually following a discipline can become difficult for these people because they go through the internalization of, okay, I need to do this with focus and now I've done it, I don't need to do it anymore. Kind of withdrawal, sudden withdrawal. Too much focus and withdrawal is the combination of Mars and Ketu. And 6th house, where you are supposed to show up every time at a particular time and do your work day after day, can be very difficult for this conjunction to be in. Always Ketu in the sign of Virgo or 6th house is a difficult placement because you will need somebody else to direct you, to guide you, to follow a routine. But this is possible because usually you will have a partner who would be taking care of this timetable, this planning and making sure that you show up on time. Always remember, help your relatives from the maternal family. If there are any issues or any trouble that you sense in your married life or in your partnerships because of your maternal relatives, you understand there is a karmic relation to this and make sure you talk to your maternal family in a right way and give them the share that they deserve. These people can be working into law related to family law or divorce law, because this is a position where people can go and work in mortgages related to loans, debts and any kind of professions where people are transforming themselves by doing a lot of hard work and they have to give certain things, they have to let go of certain things. So there is an amount of separation if this conjunction is in Libra and in the 6th house. Now let us see what happens when this conjunction is in the 7th house. As all of you know, 7th house is about your partnerships and your marriage, and Libra is a natural sign. So this conjunction in the 7th house will always create a dilemma in mind about your partnerships. Are you compatible? Who is better in your relationship? Am I doing more work or is the other person doing more work? Do I deserve a better share of partnership or the other person deserves higher share? And this is a very difficult combination to deal with because you will go through a cycle of being fiercely competitive with your spouse and then you will suddenly give up, and this will create a lot of distance in your relationship, which is a very personal and very close relationship, and hence there is a best remedy for this conjunction in the 7th house, or you have this conjunction in Libra. Donate clothing, donate makeup or shringar related things to a girl who is getting married. Maybe your domestic help needs some support from you for their kids' marriage, or anybody you know in your distant family, extended family, or in the neighborhood. If someone needs any support, maybe it's financial or your time, donate it, give it, volunteer for that, and this conjunction will reduce the bad effects. It's a general remedy when Mars and Ketu combination is in the sign of Libra. You donate either money, clothing, or Venus related objects to the girl and help the girl's marriage. You can also donate to any charity that deals with women's betterment or support for working women or single women. Now let us see how this combination will work if it is in the natural 8th house. 8th house is about continuous transformations. You will start something, you will end something. And when Libra sign falls in the 8th house, it becomes difficult because relationships, which is about luxury, which is about making choices, they are continuously changing. It is also about inheritance. And even though Mars and Ketu are natural rulers of the 8th house or the Scorpio sign, dealing with this conjunction can be very difficult for a person because usually people want a routine. They want security and they should know what to expect. But when this combination goes into the 8th house, a person can go through a lot of transformations. They may go through a lot of changes in life. And if they are definitely running the time frames of Venus or Ketu and Mars, then they will have a lot of changes. These can be great people who are working in risk management. They have a lot of access to secrets related to government intelligence, or anywhere there are secrets, occult knowledge, where a lot of research is needed. These people will be always able to have a lot of success there, shine there, and help others with their abilities. But they may have to suffer because their mentors may not trust them, or their mentors can be competing with them, or their bosses can be competing with them. And this is a very difficult situation to deal with. Also, depending on the aspects on this conjunction, you may notice there are certain pressures that may be continuous. The great remedy for this conjunction is you should go and donate something regularly on the Amavasya and Purnima. Moon is naturally debilitated in the 8th house, and hence donating on Amavasya and Purnima, if you do the donation of food, or you can help someone with supplying them with blankets, clothing, it will be always helpful. Also remember, if you have property, typically land, coming through inheritance, then this land can also have a lot of disputes. And that can also be resolved with patience and with time. And if you understand the value of donations, volunteer work, this conjunction will definitely help you. You need not be competitive every time. You need not want the best share every time. That is what Ketu wants you to understand. Traditionally for Ketu, they suggest you should do Ganesh Puja or Ganesh Aradhana. And for Mars, they always suggest you should do prayers for Hanumanji. You can do Hanuman Chalisa, or understand both these gods, Hanuman or Ganesha, they had a lot of focus. They had leadership and they were ready to do everything for the other person. Lord Rama and Ganesha was ready to do everything for his mother. So if you are ready to sacrifice yourself for the other person, this conjunction will always work well. Now let us see what will be the effects when this conjunction happens in the ninth house. Ninth house is about the higher dharma, your duty, your religion, religious beliefs, your philosophy is what you value. It is also about your father. It is about the teachings of your father. And when something like Ketu and Mars, which are like opposite energies, come into the ninth house, a kid may deny to accept the values that father has taught him or her. You may challenge your mentors. You may challenge the authorities. These people have a irregular schedule about what they publish on social media or what they put out for public. Ketu has a tendency to disrupt the regular way of Mars. Mars has a sudden burst and Ketu will disrupt it. So you will notice spikes about how they interact with others. Suddenly you will have a lot of affection from them, and one point they will say, no, we don't know you or we don't care for you. And hence this conjunction can be difficult to deal with your mentors and your family members if it is in the Libra sign. It is about making choices. Understand you make the right choice, and the right choice is about not just thinking about yourself but thinking about the other person in a partnership. Now let us see what will happen when this conjunction happens in the 10th house. 10th house is about your professional environment. It is about what values you have learned from your father and how you are using it. What you have learned from your mentor and how you are using it at your workplace. It is about recognition in a particular field. It is also about how you project yourself in the society. And when Libra sign falls in the 10th house, these people are usually in some kind of business, or they are self-employed, or they can be consultants. When Mars and Ketu go there, Mars is exalted house-wise in the 10th house. That means they are going to find a lot of success. But for that, they will have to sacrifice something. And most likely they will have to sacrifice some of the gains, or they have to share those gains with their team members. And this is a great placement where you can own a business, but you employ so many people and you share your profits with them. But this conjunction will always require someone to help you follow your schedules, to show up every day, day after day, at the right time and the right way. And you cannot be aggressive all the time at work. You have to let go of certain things and understand you are going to share your profits with others. If this conjunction happens in the 11th house, that means you have Sagittarius Ascendant. Sagittarius is about the higher dharma, higher principles. Or it can be about your religion. It is about what your father has taught you. When this conjunction happens in the 11th house, these people will be always ready to earn from big systems. They will have a lot of access to stocks, options. Shared wealth will be always available to them, and it's up to them how to use it, because there is a choice. And sharing is the best remedy here. Otherwise, Rahu coming from the 5th house is going to give you everything that you want, but it will always come with either some drama, some loss, or some wrong means. And when it comes that way, you'll have to let go of many things. In the 11th house, usually you will notice your elder sibling or your elder uncle or anybody who is a elderly brother to your father may come across as someone who is not emotionally available in the relationship. You will also find somebody who is not emotionally available for you, and that's why this conjunction makes you understand that emotions are important and you should be caring for other people's feelings. If you have this conjunction in the 12th house, that means you are Scorpio Ascendant. For Scorpio Ascendant people, this conjunction will be in the 12th house, and Ketu does really well in the 12th house. 12th house is about dreams, your sleep. It is about moksha. It is about you're working somewhere behind the wall. It can be hospital, it can be your private office, or it can be jail in certain circumstances. Ketu works really well because it does the job of isolating you. And when you isolate, you start looking inwards. You think about your own actions, your thoughts, and you question yourself. And you understand the meaning of letting go. You understand the meaning of sharing things and giving away things. If you have this placement, definitely donate regularly. Donate to hospitals, jails, or ashrams or temples if you choose, and make sure you are not even using those receipts for the tax deduction. This donation is not for tax purposes, but it is for helping someone, and when you help someone, you don't expect something in return. It is the 12th house where you are ready to let go of things. This also denotes that this person could have sacrificed a lot in the previous birth, and in this birth they are here to complete the rest of the work. And depending on the other placement, they will definitely achieve a state of transformation where they start at one point and in life they are onto a different stance, typically with a material life. They could be going after material gains in their first half of the time, and then they would choose not to pursue the material pursuits, because this is about letting go of your ego, letting go of whatever possessions you have. And these people are usually ready to accept the illnesses related to old age or natural issues related to health that happen in the old age. They will not fight against it, they will accept it, and they will withdraw themselves from the social life or professional life and focus themselves on liberation. This is conjunction with Ketu becomes always difficult, and when it is your ascendant lord, it is about you, it is about your personality and what you project in the society. So this conjunction will definitely bring somebody who is a known, dominant and recognizable figure in the fields of things related to business, partnerships, and any joint venture. You are somebody which is definitely proven and known in the industry. You may be somebody who has great athletic abilities, but you choose not to pursue it due to some physical injury. Hope this video helps you understand the conjunction of Mars and Ketu in the sign of Libra. I'm going to summarize this one more time. These are the rulers of 8th house, and they are in the sign of Libra from like natural 12th. That means it is about giving away. It is about donations. It is about volunteering your time. It is you of letting go of your ego. So if you find yourself fighting, quarreling, arguing, and trying to gaining a better share in your partnership, it is time to surrender. It is about equality, it is about respect to the other person, and Ketu and Mars have decided to bring this lesson to all of us, and that's why there is this conjunction in the sign of Libra. So follow that and you will notice lot of good changes in your own life. Thank you. Namaste. Shubhamastu.